So I work at a shoe store called Off-Broadway Shoe Warehouse in the Colorado Mills Mall, and it's basically like a huge franchise like shoe outlet store. At this store, I do a lot of customer service, so I check people out at the registers. I do a lot of organizing of shoes and helping customers kind of find what they need for like the occasion or their comfort level that they're looking for. So I work with a lot of high school girls that live in the area, and my coworker or my manager, which is he's like 36 and he's a very nice man. But yeah, when you work with girls at a shoe store, it's kind of like there's a lot more like petty drama, so to say, because you're like, oh my god, I don't know if she likes me or why isn't she talking to me and blah blah blah, and it's more like it's a lot more dramatic to work with just girls. I definitely could say. We kind of hire more girls because girls tend to go to girls for like more shoe advice, and so the only two guys that really work there are the main manager and one of the guys who works in shipping. So the manager kind of just oversees everybody and works mostly in the back, and the guy who handles shipping also works really mostly in the back. It's normally girls who go shoe shopping, so like our store is divided like 75% female shoes and 25% male, kind of roughly, and so it's more likely that like a woman will come in and she will like say, hey, I need help finding a shoe, and she's probably less likely to go to one of the guys to try to help her find like a heel for a special occasion or something. So if males worked in the female departments of the shoes, normally they tend to be more feminine, just because like you have to be able to be like, oh my god girl, that shoe looks so good on you and stuff like that. Basically you have to hype her up, and they have like the same like work mentality, like you have to get stuff done, you have to be able to be organized, you have to put the shoes in the right places, but as it comes to customer interaction, it's definitely better if they are like more willing, like you can like relate to girls more kind of in a way. There was this one time that I was working in the men's department, which is really small, and I was over there and I was like, hey, do you need help? And he's like, why would I ever ask a girl an opinion on shoes for a guy and stuff like that? And I'm like, I work here, I obviously know something, but it's kind of hard to like cross genders when looking for shoes, because they think that like if you're a guy, your opinion on a girl's shoe is not going to be important, or if you're a girl, your opinion on a guy's shoe is not going to be as important, or they like play up the whole, hey sweetheart, how do you think that the shoe's going to look on my foot kind of thing as a guy as well. You have to have a lot of patience, especially if you do something like clearance. Clearance is always a mess because some girl will try on a shoe and walk around and then she'll put it somewhere else, and the boxes are always crazy, and so you definitely have to have some discipline and like knowing like, hey, obviously there's not one shoe in the store, like it's somewhere else, and you just have to be willing to find something like that. Yeah, I definitely try my best to think about what the customer needs. Sometimes someone will come up to you and they're like, hey, I want this black shoe, and you have to kind of like problem solve based on like what they want and what they're looking for, which can take some time, and you have to like tie in some of that patience that I talked about earlier. And so my expectations for myself are always like to get all my tasks done, and if there's nothing to do, then I try to find something else to do, because I'm kind of one of those people who has to be doing something at the workplace, otherwise I feel like really useless there. Probably the hardest part about working retail is that there's a lot of theft, and so I remember one time I was helping this guy like try on some Timberland shoes, and he was like, oh, I want all these different sizes and different colors, and so I brought him like 6 boxes of Timberlands, and I give them to him. He just bolts out the door. And like some crazy guy like ran after him trying to take pictures of his car and stuff like that. The police had to come, and I was like, I literally just gave you all these shoes and you just like ran out the door. Like, people have some like guts. A lot of brides who come in looking for a special occasion shoe, and if it doesn't exactly match their dress, they freak out, which is it's kind of interesting to have to deal with. Or there's like a lot of picky moms that if they come in with their daughter, they have to make sure the heel's the right height or if it's comfortable enough, because they don't want them walking in too high of a heel at too young of an age. And the most fun part is probably checking people out, because at that point they pretty much know what they want, and it's kind of like a guessing game. Try to see if you can find the right sizes if they're mismatched and stuff like that. I definitely wish to gain a lot of customer service experience. When I graduate college, I want to be a doctor, and so having that like good person interaction thing will definitely help in my future career, as well as like building relationships within the workplace will definitely help me like further my career in either like when I want to be a doctor or even in retail until then.